Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. The Honorable Committee as Chairman Ayumiati SAMSE, the Honorable all participants. First of all, let us introduce ourselves. My name is Khairul Rijal, and then my partner, Mr. Syahrimi, and then Miss Meliana Sari. We are from Sriwijaya University. Inshallah, we'll present our article with the title Effect of Zakat, Infak and Alms on Economic Growth in South Sumatra. Ladies and gentlemen, as we know that about our paper talking about poverty. Poverty is a complex problem in development in several countries, which is influenced by many factors. A successful economy can be seen from community growth and community welfare, which, if economic growth increases, will have an impact on increasing peoples. So that increasing economic growth can have an impact on income distribution, reducing poverty levels, and also improving people's quality of life. Based on the data on this zakat, infak, and alms in South Sumatra and Indonesia, as we can see that from the 2019 until 2023, the report on the percentage result of the Central Statistic Agency in 2023 show the number of poverty with a downward trend from the previous year's period, namely 11.9% down to 11.78%. And then, based on the percentage of the national poverty line from 2020 to 2023, it shows a decline with the average percentage over the last 5 years being 9.61%. And then the research problems. The first one, our research problem is how does zakat, infak, and alms influence on economic growth? And the second one, how does Gini ratio influence on economic growth? The third one, how does Human Development Index influence on economic growth? The fourth one is, how does poverty influence on economic growth? And last one, how does inflation as moderation variables of zakat, infak, and alms, Gini ratio, HDI, or Human Development Index, and also poverty influence on economic growth? And then our objective research, the first one is know the influence of zakat, infak, and alms on economic growth. The second one, know the influence of Gini ratio of economic growth. The third one, know the influence of Human Development Index on economic growth. Fourth one, know the influence of poverty on economic growth. And last one, know the effect inflation as moderation variables of zakat, infak, alms, Gini ratio, Human Development Index, and poverty influence on economic growth. Ladies and gentlemen, our literature review, zakat, infak, and alms, based on the Hassan 2020, zakat is an obligation for every individual Muslim who has wealth to give to mustahik. And then economic growth. Economic growth is a main index that describes the management condition of a country which is influenced by various factors. Gini ratio. Gini ratio is an indicator that can be used to determine the degree of population inequality. The Gini ratio is important because it can represent the condition of society in a region or area. Human Development Index is a tool for measuring development success based on many fundamental quality of life instruments. And then poverty is the root of problems that often occur in various regions and countries. Poverty is difficulty of meeting basic needs from an economic perspective. Last, inflation. Inflation is spike in the price of goods and services in a country, causing the economy to become unstable, which has an impact on people purchasing power. Inflation is also associated with economic stability on a national scale and social welfare on an individual scale. Okay, next slide will be presented by Mr. Syahrimi. Time is yours.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Hairulizar. I'm Sarimi. I want to explain to the next slide presentation about methodology. The article conceptual framework uh, so that figure one, this article by using a conceptual framework, how to the influence of zakat, infak and alms, Gini ratio, poverty, human development index on economic growth in South Sumatra with inflation as a moderating variable. For the variable zakat, infak and alms, as well as economic growth by using the semi-natural logarithm data equation. Next slide. The methodology used is thought dynamic variable relationship approach with factor error correction model, stationary test, granular causality, and co-integration consists of one. The first model will explain how to the role of zakat, infak, and alms, Gini ratio, poverty, and human development index simultaneously influencing economic growth. Second one, model will explain how economic growth, Gini ratio, poverty, and human development index jointly influence zakat, infak, and alms revenue. The third model will explain how economic growth, zakat, infak, and alms, poverty, and the human development index jointly influence the Gini ratio. The fourth model will explain how economic growth, Gini ratio, and human development index simultaneously influence poverty. And five model will explain how economic growth, zakat, infak, and alms, Gini ratio, and poverty join influence human development index. The unit road test, this study applies finding designed by in detail by Levin et al. 2002 unit rate test equation taking into account the following augmented Declive Fuller test criteria. So equation number one. The granular causality analysis test method also need to be carried out the good result from the test result by choosing the right optimal leg length. The Johannes co-integration framework takes its starting point in the factor error correction model, while this equation can be displayed as follow. So equation number two. Selecting the right optimal leg, the causality model, table 5, show the result of the optimum leg test. The result of the running test show that determine the length of the data like that will be used in estimate granular causality is log 2 for the five variable test follow. The table 5 show that the minimum Akaike information criterion parameter value is at the first leg value 23.78391. This suggests that the optimum leg is in the first leg. The next slide. Johansson co-integration test result to see long run causality between variable study. To check causality, granular causality analysis also needs to be carried out to get good result from the test result by using the right optimal length. Johannes conceptual co-integration takes its starting point in the factor error correction model. The result of Johansson co-integration test are shown in table that the critical value is lower than the trace statistic, as well as the critical value is lower than the max eigen statistic. This result indicate that in the long run, this co-integration equation model, the result of the Johansson co-integration test are presented below this table. This table variable at most one and non significant with a probability value lower than 5%. Next slide. From the result stationary test, the table showed that all variables are stationary at the first different level with a probability value lower than 5%. This the result of five-factor error correction model equation. Its variable, each equation can act as a dependent variable. Next slide. Factor error correction model is form of factor autoregressive model which estimate due to the existence of non-stationary but co-integrated data pattern. The factor error correction model is often also referred to as a FAR development design for non-stationary circuit that have co-integration causality. The factor error correction model specification stabilize the long-run relationship of endogenous variable so that it return to the balance point in the co-integration relationship, but still has short-run dynamic. The factor error correction model test result can be seen in the table below. Next slide. The next presenter will be explain my friend Miss Melanie Sari, please.
Okay, thank you, Mrs. Sir Sarimi. I will be next result in the discussion factor error correlation model estimate. First model, correlation factor for adjusting the short run to long run relationship with a value 0.394, meaning that around 59.4%. The short run causality, there are no statistically significant variables that influence economic growth. In the long run causality, coefficient on point 565 in zakat infak and alms in the first period, which means that around that every 1% increase in zakat infak and alms in the first period can increase the current LNGRDP value by 1.556%, and a coefficient of minus 7.45 A minus 0.5 POV in the previous rate, which means that every increase in the poverty rate 1% in the first rate will reduce the current NGRDP value by 7.45 A minus 0.5. And the next slide. Second model, correlation factor for adjusting the short run to long run relationship with a value 0.609, which means that around 60%. The short run causality statistically significant influence on relationship of zakat infak LM because the probability value is 0.0281 less than 0.05. In the long run causality, coefficient of 1.124 Al-Anzis for the previous period, which means that every 1% increase in the current zakat infak LMs received by 1.124%, and coefficient of minus 0.0 more POP in the previous period, which means that every an increase in the poverty rate of 1%. Treat model, correlation factor for adjusting to long-run relationship with a value 1.4 more, which means that around 146.6 more. The short-run causality statistically does not have a significant relationship. In the long-run causality, coefficient of minus 1.9 more on GRDP for the first weight, which means that every 1% increase in the value of GRDP for the previous can reduce current income inequality by 1.9 more percent, and the coefficient of minus 0.0 more POV for the paper spread, which means that every increase in the poverty rate is equal to 1% to paper spread can reduce current income inequality by 0.0 more percent. And next slide, for model, correction factor for adjusting to short-run to long-run relationship with a value 95.2 more, which means that around 95 to 5.60% in the short-run causality. The statistically in zakat, infak, and alms, except variable has a significant relationship with the poverty variable because the probability value is 0.04 more, less than 0.05. In the long run causality, coefficient minus 106.6 more on GRDP for the previous period, which means that every 1% increase in the value of GRDP for the previous period can reduce current poverty by 106.6 more percent, and a coefficient minus 108.9 more and Gini for the first period, which means that every increase in the Gini ratio is 1%. In the first period, can reduce current poverty by 108.9 more percent. And the last model, correction factor for adjusting to short-run to long-run relationships with a value 336.9 more, which means that 369.8 more percent. The short-run causality, no variable that significant influence to human development index variable. In the long run causality, coefficient of 280.4 more and zakat infak alms for the first period, which means that every 1% increase in zakat infak and alms reserved for the first period can increase to a human development index in current condition 280.4 more percent, and coefficient of minus 8.5 more POV for the previous period, which means that every increase in poverty is equal to 1% in the previous period can reduce to HDI or human development index current condition by 8.5 more percent. And the next slide, I will be explain in conclusion the role of zakat infak al-aims revenue, which are managed under Basnas at the provincial and regency or city level, which are distributed to Mustahik, has contributed to reducing poverty in South Sumatra, where there is a significant relationship in the short term for the will in the long term relationship. Zakat infak alms revenue in the previous period contribute to increasing growth economy. Inflation being a moderating variable has a role as quasi-moderator for the Gini ratio variable. It will worsen the condition of population income inequality, which can affect the reception of zakat infak and alms. Okay, thank you. I will be the Sir Hairul Rizal.
Okay, thank you very much. I think that's about our paper. Thank you very much for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.